Experience life. Through experience of life, you'll become wiser. Hopefully, through the challenges of life, you succeed and become better, a better person through the challenges that when you get knocked down, you get up, right? That's what success is, being knocked down and still getting up. So, young man, as the father tells his son, go out, experience life, and come back and tell me what you learned. There's a truth to that. And in the human journey, yeah, life is about the experiences that we go through, how we grow from it because we've learned from it, the people that we've met on the way, and the accomplishments that we have succeeded in. That maybe came through failures at the same time, but ultimately the success that we have in life. And of course, that is a common attitude about how to live your life. So some people looking for experiences that are just comfortable and pleasurable to the eye, to the ear, to the body. So today is a cold, actually not so cold here. Yeah, for December, Montreal, not so cold, right? But there's still a lot of people that left to go down south, right? Snowbirds. Although we have no snow that they should be birds to fly off, but you know, um, and because they're experiencing life in a more comfortable manner. Now, of course, the experiencing life can also be in spiritual terms. Um, that you experience the beauty of being part of a community like we have here, Shabbos, beautiful Fabrengens, sitting together, celebrating, or as I was just at the Kinnis HaShluchim with, 6,500 people at a banquet celebrating together. That was an amazing experience. Yeah. But is that how we look at life? Is that how we define life? What is the parameter of living your life? Welcome to Tanya Today. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Zichron Kadeshim in Montreal, Canada, where it's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. We're in Kuntres Achron. We're coming near to the end of the 5 books of, not Moses, of Tanya. Kuntres Achron, and we're in the 4th essay. So if you are studying Torah, as we're doing now, and even if you're studying the most sublime teachings of Torah, and a performance of a mitzvah comes, they cannot be done by somebody else. What do? You have 2 things, 2 mitzvahs, study of Torah and the mitzvah, like putting on tefillin, mitzvah. Or the real example that's given is called, that's usually used, is called a mace mitzvah. Person that is died, the outskirts back in the day. Today it's different, this mitzvah, because you can't just bury anybody, but by Jewish biblical law, someone who died outside of the city limits, So you have a mitzvah to bury that person where they died, or were killed, actually, not died, where they were killed. Yeah. So if you're studying Torah and you're the only one who can do this, then you have to stop. Now, someone else is just running their business, right? Right? Um, so someone else could do it, but let's say you're the only one who can do that mitzvah. So you have to stop study of your Torah to do that mitzvah. Or for your own tefillin, for example, right? To put it on, giving an example, right? And it's beyond the question that one forgoes prayer if there's no one else who could do the mitzvah. Prayer is a state of intellectual generated on love of God. So why do you forego prayer and study of Torah to do the mitzvah? The reason is because refining the world, which means extracting the holiness in the shell, the klipa that's covering over on the holiness, that a practical physical act of a mitzvah gives us that opportunity, is the purpose for creation. That's why God created the world. Otherwise, if it's just about spirituality, he doesn't need a physical world and have souls above. We can have souls. Souls in Atzilus, souls in Bria, and so on. Right? But that's the purpose of the physical world, is to bring a refinement to it. So therefore, you put aside Torah study, you put aside prayer for that. In addition, the practical mitzvahs and actually their study far transcend intellectual generated love and awe of God. What we're doing now. In our study, right. So mitzvahs that require action are superior, right, in their performance, and in the study of their laws, right, is also because how do you know how to do the mitzvah if you don't study the law? But moreover, is because through that study, you're also extracting the sparks of holiness, right? But there's something more that you have in Torah study is that you have a bond of the soul with God. As the verse says, l'davka boy, to cleave to God. But cleaving is not the reason. Even though you cleave to God through actually being like God. God is kind, so you're kind. So you're cleaving to God, being like him, emulating him, right? You're cleaving to his divine attributes. Still, you don't cleave to the essence of God, but only to his attributes, which is the external aspect of the divine, as opposed to the core essence of God himself. As Abraham said, I am dust and ashes, meaning that his kindness was dust and ashes compared to God. That through his kindness, that he cleaved to God and acts like God, he is not cleaving to the core essence of God, being like him, right? But only to a ray of the light of God, of the essence of God, right? And likewise, souls above, they also only cleave to a ray of light of God rather than to God himself. Now, it'll be in tomorrow's class that the Alter Rebbe will continue this thought. It's a short thought today that we will understand that a mitzvah is an attachment to the core essence of God, as opposed to a ray of light. So to tie this in with our discussion earlier, the beginning, experience is about a ray of light of God that kind of, gives vitality to the world. So we seek light, we seek experience, because that will give us light and life. But it's only giving us light, right? It's only giving us a ray of light from the divine. It's not giving us an attachment to the core essence of the divine. So even if you're seeking to be kind because God is kind and you want to cleave to God, which is wonderful, let's not make a mistake about that. But your attachment is to the ray of light, to the divine attributes of God, rather than the Ein Sof, to the essence, core essence of God. It's only through the mitzvah that we have that attachment, which, again, tomorrow we will expound upon that, develop that thought, what that means. But that's an important and beautiful notion, that we're all seeking an experience in life. What you really should seek is the mitzvah in life. So vis-a-vis the mitzvah, even the study of Torah, you interrupt for the mitzvah. Even prayer, you interrupt for the mitzvah, the physical act of the mitzvah. Because that's where we'll have not only making a dwelling place for God in the physical world, but we will have the attachment to the essence of God. So put it in other terms, we are seeking of what will tantalize my soul. That's an experience, right? So in a good way, I'm seeking to do good. Right? Well, think about it. That's amazing, right? But that's not enough, because seeking to do good is like, and I'm being very precise in my wording over here. I'm trying to be, at least, to make a distinction, right? Because it's very subtle. Because the good you're doing might be a mitzvah, right? I'm talking, but where it might be a mitzvah, which amazing. Don't seek to do good merely. I mean, seek to do good, yes, but don't just that. Seek to do the mitzvah. In other words, what does God want from me? What does God need from me now? So it's not about me being good, which is great, but that's like a ray of light. Because how much can I appreciate that and cleave to that, right? To God and his ways, because it's emanating from me. But if it's about the mitzvah, which means it's God's thing, that's what a mitzvah is. Mitzvah is God's command, God's desire, what he wants and needs from me. So if the focus is that, wow, then that gives us the opportunity to connect with the core essence of God. That's the take home today. Now, how that's explained in concept of mitzvah, we'll come back tomorrow. We have any questions?
Who could comprehend no more than currently our essence?
No, I don't see any questions unless I missed something.
Where do you see the last line? Maybe only happy and no more than externally, not essence. Essence is mitzvahs, externally is study. Last line.
All right.
There's forward and very things.
Beautiful. Oh, Abba, welcome aboard. Thank you for joining. All right. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Zurich and Kadeshim in Montreal, Canada, where it's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. What an amazing